Although there still aren't any new arrivals to the segment, which appears to be the next big thing, the Hyundai Santa Cruz and Ford Maverick won't be alone for much longer. The latter success story has prompted every other major truck-dealing automaker into action, and Nissan is among them. Since the Japanese company is already offering mid and full-size trucks, the Frontier and the Titan respectively, they'd become one of the few automakers to complete the proverbial loop by marketing the compact truck as well. Not to mention, they'd be able to leverage the decades of truck production and know-how to accomplish that. With that in mind, let's delve deeper into the matter and see how the newest $23,000 Nissan small truck might potentially make the Ford Maverick obsolete. Nissan Hardbody. Much like other Japanese automakers, Nissan's pickup truck making tradition dates back decades, as they produced a truck back in 1934. A more serious production, however, commenced in 1955 with the Datsun 120, while the first model for the US market, the Datsun 220, came in 1959. Incidentally, it was also the first model Datsun ever marketed in the US, and would remain in production until Nissan established itself as a brand. Fast forward to the 1980s, and arguably one of the most popular iterations of the Datsun truck was born, one aptly named Hardbody for its double-wall bed feature and generally more rugged styling. Produced between 1986 and 1997, the Nissan Hardbody was one of the most beloved mini trucks in the US thanks to its hard-as-nails attitude and indestructible demeanor. It even gave birth to the Pathfinder, but ultimately bowed down to make way for the larger Frontier. If you're wondering why we've included this short history reminder, it's because Nissan is apparently exploring the avenue to revive the Hardbody nameplate. This would be the new compact truck Nissan is creating to battle the Ford Maverick, and by the time it arrives, other upcoming small trucks from established truck makers within the industry. Not to take this for an empty statement, Automotive News reports that Nissan is considering entering the compact segment with an all-new electric truck, while simultaneously retiring its full-size Titan lineup that's already been discontinued in Canada. Such a move makes perfect sense for the company, as its full-size pickup truck lineup never really caught up, and the Titan's struggles have only gotten more serious in recent years. Not only would the all-new small truck offset the larger model's discontinuation by filling the void, but it would also appeal to a completely different type of buyer, something that the Maverick has so successfully emulated already. Tyler Slade, chairman of the Nissan Dealer Advisory Board, hinted that the dealers are actively propagating the idea of a small electric pickup that would serve the company well, as commercial shoppers would greatly benefit from the reduced cost of operating one or a fleet of such trucks. It's logical to bring an electric version, he said, while concluding that it will also be logical for Nissan to build an EV pickup similar to the Frontier. On a more interesting note, Mr. Slade referred to the potential new pickup as the Hardbody. This isn't the first time such an idea has been thrown at us, as similar reports have been circulating around since at least the summer of 2021, but back then, they were exclusive to the compact pickup and not an EV version of the Frontier. The reasoning behind the Hardbody revival. Aside from easing the bleeding from the potential discontinuation of the full-size Titan and giving the dealers another fleet-friendly vehicle instead, the small truck's revival should bring new customers to the brand that's never been afraid to flirt with younger audiences, whether with sporty classic Datsuns of old or the quirky Juke crossover more recently. At the moment, the Ford Maverick is all the rage in the compact truck segment despite sharing it with the Hyundai Santa Cruz. The Maverick vastly outperforms the Santa Cruz in terms of sales by undercutting it price-wise and taking the no-nonsense approach simultaneously. Styling-wise, the Maverick is a traditional truck and its capabilities exceed those of its rival. Younger buyers, mainly from urban areas, have found that prospect too good to turn down, and the class-leading fuel efficiency of a hybrid engine is just the icing on the cake. It's no wonder then that Nissan, much like any other major automaker, wants to explore the newfound segment with a model of its own. And judging by the mentioned reports, the Japanese aim to offer more or less everything that the Maverick has, mainly a compact frame better suited for the urban environment and the fuel efficiency of an EV. Will the hardbody exclusively be an EV? While reports about both the conventional models and EVs circulated at different points in time, at the moment, Nissan's new lightweight truck is only being talked about as an EV. There aren't too many all-electric trucks available at the moment, and certainly not of compact variety, as the Rivian R1T, Ford F-150 Lightning, GMC Hummer EV, Lordstown Endurance, and the upcoming Chevy Silverado EV are all full-size offerings. This gives Nissan an edge, but only if they manage to release the new hardbody by 2024 to 2025. Otherwise, another automaker might swoop in and capture the market in the same manner the Ford Maverick did. Even though EV truck sales aren't on the same level as traditional internal combustion engine models, no automaker can underestimate the compact electric truck's potentially reduced operating costs in the commercial sector, which could become a game changer in the near future. Little known is about the specifics of the potential electric powertrain, but Nissan currently offers only the Leaf and Ariya to the general public, and the ENV200 panel van to fleet operators overseas. Only the Ariya SUV, however, has a powertrain with the potential to motivate a pickup truck, as its extended range variation packs a 90 kWh battery and up to around 270 miles of range. There's plenty of time before Nissan's compact truck arrives, however, and another powertrain might be developed by then. Despite the current reports of stating otherwise, we wouldn't exclude the conventional models either. EVs are much more expensive than their ICE counterparts even after potential tax credit rebates. If Nissan aims to undercut the Ford Maverick in terms of pricing, it'll have to base the new compact truck on one of its current crossovers like the Rogue, for instance. Even the Rogue's 201 horsepower turbocharged engine seamlessly fits the bill. Plus, this is where Nissan has more than a few alternatives to choose from. Fuel efficiency. The fuel efficiency of an EV is hard to match despite the range and potential infrastructure issues. The most efficient electric trucks on the market today can typically travel around 300 miles on a single charge, while the Rivian R1T with a max battery pack adds another 100 miles. Would the Nissan hardbody EV be able to provide or even need that kind of range is a question we leave to the Japanese manufacturer. We'd at least expect it to provide around 250 miles of range, which is similar to the Ariya's. Meanwhile, a potential conventional Nissan hardbody's fuel efficiency would depend on a selected powertrain. The Rogue, which would likely be a platform donor, is rated at 30 mpg in the city and 37 mpg on the highway, which are great numbers for a non-hybrid, and the same powertrain would likely yield a couple of points less in a pickup truck form. That still doesn't match the Ford Maverick's hybrid figures, but there's the all-electric version for that purpose. Pricing and release date. Regardless of the powertrain philosophy Nissan chooses to go with, the company needs to put the compact truck on the market as soon as possible, as other manufacturers are planning on doing the same. While the compact size of the forthcoming hardbody truck gives them plenty of time on paper, due to absolutely zero compact EV trucks on the market at the moment, reports about GM looking to enter the segment have been circulating for a while now. Things are even worse in the conventional small pickup truck market, where pretty much every manufacturer in the business of producing trucks is planning on grabbing a stake in the market. With that in mind, introducing an all-new compact pickup truck in 2024 or 2025 at the latest would be paramount. Of course, not everyone is going to meet that deadline, but whoever does will get a chance to establish itself in the market while it's still not competitive enough, and as such, get an opportunity to seize its fair share. A price tag in the region of $23,000 would be required to undercut the current players in the segment, but we wouldn't be surprised if the Nissan hardbody ends up being more expensive than that, especially the EV variant, which wouldn't be able to qualify for such a price tag even after the substantial rebate. Whatever happens to be the case, the Nissan hardbody will be a breath of fresh air in a segment that's about to take off in the next couple of years. The Ford Maverick kick-started the small truck revolution a couple of years ago. It is currently the truck to beat. It's now up to Nissan and other automakers to beat it at its own game, and we can't wait to see how they'll fare. That brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.